There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called real American strength. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas.
Deep-rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Keeping you up to date with what's happening in your community. Community Focus on GTV2. Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. In just a couple of weeks, kids are going to be going back to school. And here in the studio to talk about the beginning of school for the Lima City Schools is Sally Windle. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
What's going on over the next couple of weeks to get ready for the kids to come back?
Well, the administrators and secretaries are all in the building now, and they're busy planning to make sure everything starts smoothly. And the plan's not only curricular, but just the physical space, preparing those kids, because there's some excitement out there. We're changing some things for next year, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, what's changing?
Well, the principals now are working at a curriculum model that is all incorporative. It's holistic education. And
which means what?
That means everything is connected. We have all of our academic subjects together with a relevance and a high level of rigor, and our superintendent has pretty high expectations. So we're fulfilling those with some new and exciting things like residencies, guests, so that we can make the learning really important and relevant to children in their lives.
For the parents, what should they be doing over the next couple weeks to get the kids ready?
That's the important part, because you're going to get up a little bit earlier than maybe the summer schedule has allowed.
Maybe.
So it's getting back to a schedule, like going to bed earlier in the evening, on a schedule with lunches, so that we start to prepare ourselves for the rigor and a schedule of a regular school day.
Is there anything they should be doing academic-wise, reading to the kids? I mean, they've got to get their brains back in gear,
right,
don't they?
Right. There's a good, the reading is probably the most important thing, and it's good for parents to read to small children at least 20 minutes a day to get them back into that concentration. But all students should be reading during the summer to that practice, so that the reading that they have to do during the year comes easier.
You have a whole list of open houses that are coming up in the schools. You want to run down what they are?
Right. On the 19th, we have Heritage and Southside Tech, and it's nice to go into those buildings, especially the new magnet system, because there are a lot of parents, because of the structure, they aren't sure what it looks like. So those two are going to be really important ones for us. But then we have Freedom Elementary on the 20th, as well as the Liberty Arts Magnet, and then Unity and Independence on the 27th. What we'd like to do is have a special time that parents can come in, but at any time in the next 2 weeks, if parents would like to come in and talk to the principals, or kind of take a tour when things aren't as busy or hectic, they're more than welcome to come in.
We also have registration going on this week at Lima Senior.
Right, and that's where we have that almost as an open house registration, get to know the building and the physical space, because for freshmen that can be a little intimidating. It's a wonderful space, but the principals and some teachers will be there, so they can get registered, they can pay their fees, and then hit the ground running on that first day, but also have a little bit of time to go through that building and see what's there.
Mom and Dad are making the rounds to the stores, picking up the campus wear, they're picking up school supplies. Where can they go to get information about what's needed?
Everything that we ask for is on the website. All of the schools have their supply lists, and then the campus wear requirements are there, as well as the new book bag regulations for the high school. And again, any of the information is available there, but if specific questions are coming about, you can always call the school and talk directly to the principals.
And what is the new book bag requirement?
Clear book bags can be carried throughout the day in the school, and actually any book bag is welcome for transportation, but anything that is not clear must stay in the locker during the day. But again, clear book bags are fine. It sometimes helps with transportation throughout the building, but those are approved.
And this is a result of the bomb threats that we had last year?
Right. And it's just a clarification. And actually, once the students and the administration sat down and defined some parameters, and that was a pretty easy solution.
Okay. We've also got the Labor Day Parade coming up in a few weeks.
Big one. Yes.
Are you participating?
Yes, the Lima City Schools families will be marching, and we're encouraging anyone to come along, and we'll be behind the high school band, and it's always kind of a charge or just a nice way to kind of get back into it, meet everybody, and be a part of that. And we're also encouraging people that have maybe graduated from Central and South to put on those jackets and to walk with this. So we'll have a combination, and again, it's all of our families that we'd like to be together as we walk the parade route.
Well, even if you've graduated, you're still part of the family.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
never leave that.
I am a Spartan is always kind of our mantra now that, yeah, we're Lima and we're the Spartans.
Sally, if people do want any more information, if they want to know the open houses, registration, school supplies, give us your website address.
It's www.limacityschools.org.
All right. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Sally Windle from the Lima City Schools. When we come back, we'll talk about fair housing right after this on GTV2.
Reduce, recycle, reuse. Allied Waste Services in the City of Lima encourage you to live green by recycling all that you can. Recycling promotes green living by reducing the amount of waste materials buried in landfills. This saves money, natural resources, and energy. Keep our environment healthy and start recycling today. Allied Waste Services is committed to a clean environment. Contact us today for your recycling needs. Visit our website, republicservicesohio.com, to learn more about recycling today.
Did you know that if you have information about someone who's committed a crime or know of someone who is wanted by any law enforcement agency, you can call Crime Stoppers and possibly be eligible for a cash reward of up to $1,000. All callers remain anonymous. Make the call that pays. Call Crime Stoppers at 419-229-STOP.
Crime Stoppers! Crime Stoppers! Make the call that pays! Crime Stoppers!
El cáncer de pecho conduce a la muerte entre las mujeres españolas y latino. Es muy importante que hacen su examen de mamografía cada año.
I'm home and I love it. I'm home where I belong. I'm home and I love it. I'm home where I belong.
It's always nice to come home, but these days, many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making Home Affordable is a free program from the U.S. government that has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these, and we want to help you.
I'm home, and I love it. I'm home.
Find out now what your options are. Go to makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home where I belong.
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. If you're interested in owning your own home, the next home ownership class begins at the Lima Allen Council on Community Affairs on August 21st. Here in the studio to tell us some details are Connie Hall and Veronica McLauren from LACCA. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you.
Tell us about your new class.
Our next class, as you said, is August 21st. To get into the class, you have to have a score of 620.
On your credit rating.
On your credit rating. You have to be have your application in and approved 2 weeks prior to the next class.
Is there any income requirement for it?
Yes, there is different income guidelines for the county and the city. We have money for different programs. For the city, you can get from $6,000 to $10,000. In the county, you can get up to $3,000 if you qualify.
And this is only for first-time home buyers, correct?
Only first-time home buyers. You have to not own a home in 3 years.
Okay. What is the class like?
It's fun. Mm-hmm. We learn different things like budgeting, learn what the criteria is to get a loan, to get pre-approved. We actually learn maintenance. We have a maintenance class. We actually do drywall, and mudding in the
No
class.
kidding.
It's pretty fun.
You know what to do if the toilet keeps running, and
We're learning. We're learning.
Actually, we have a lot of banks right now, Ann, that are interested in even coming in the class and speaking. They have a lot of extra incentives for individuals that take our down payment assistance class, and so they're trying to offer incentives for first-time home buyers too. And this is an interesting group of individuals. These are folks that wouldn't typically walk into a bank to get a traditional loan. So we want to make sure that we're offering this assistance for them, and they're coming in and they're getting the loans and they're learning the information. We have an 87% retention rate with our individuals.
that's wonderful.
Which is pretty good right now, you know. So
Why is it so important to have people owning their own homes instead of just renting?
well, with renters, we're trying to build community stakeholders. We're trying to re-amp the community and get it back to a place where people have stakes in their community. Of course, renters aren't always the most careful with their properties. You don't have as much equity and savings in your home because, of course, it's not yours, but you are building the equity for the individual that owns the home. We're trying to build our community back up so that we don't have as many demolished properties. Property values will go up for the folks that are still owning homes right now. It's important that we have owners.
Now, you said people can get anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 in down payment assistance. How does that work? What are they getting the money for?
The money goes for down payment, closing cost, and anything left over goes to reduce your principal.
And so they get it just for attending the class?
No, they have to earn credits. The credits they earn for the city is just, it's like anything you're going to do anyway, like getting pre-approved, paying your rent on time, being on the same job, you know, different things like that.
And then you just basically give them a check to help them buy a house.
If they work for it.
It doesn't get much easier than that, really.
No, it doesn't. It's awesome. For those folks that don't have a 620 credit score, we offer a financial literacy class. And this class helps those individuals work on credit repair. We actually just had an individual take that course and brought their credit score from somewhere at 555 to 637. So we think that's pretty good in a 2-month span.
That is excellent, really.
And one of the questions people ask is, how are you doing that? One-on-one, hand-holding, talking a person through negotiating that credit report.
And really, it's work. And sometimes you just need a little help from somebody to guide them into the way to get it done.
Absolutely.
And that's what you guys are there for.
Yes.
Is there a fee for the financial literacy class or for the home ownership class?
No.
No?
No fee.
They just sign up.
Yes.
And they need to be doing that now, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
While the interest rates are low and homes are coming down in price, this is a great time.
How do people sign up?
They need to call me or at, give me my number, 419-227-0158, extension 122. Or they can pick up an application at the front desk at LACCA at 540 South Central.
Okay, so the class starts August 21st?
Yes.
And how long does it run?
2 weeks.
Well, that's not bad, really.
No.
Is it, what, every night, every other night? How often?
It's 3 nights a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then the second week we also have a maintenance class on the Saturday.
Okay, so they could theoretically be homeowners this fall if they sign up for the class right now.
If they want to.
Absolutely.
Okay, anything else we need to know about it?
Yep.
Okay, give us your phone number one more time.
419-227-0158, extension 122. My name's Connie.
Great, thanks for coming in today,
Thank
ladies.
you.
You're welcome. Connie Hall and Veronica McLauren from LACCA. I'm Ann Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV2.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for non-compliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
This is a nice neighborhood. It is. Is that the house we were living in, Mom? Yes. Look at all the kids around here, Mom. I like this house.
Hi, we're here about the house.
It's rented.
It's against the law to deny people the opportunity to live where they want and can afford. If you feel that you've been treated unfairly, give LACCA a call and we'll look into your complaint. LACCA's fair housing services are free, so call today and get the housing you deserve. 419-227-2586.
Come and discover Art Space Lima right here in downtown Lima. We're a world-class art gallery featuring works by local, regional, and national artists throughout the year. Beautiful works of art of all kinds, traditional and contemporary paintings, photographs, ceramics, and sculpture. Come and shop the beautiful and unique items for sale in the gift shop. We offer workshops taught by award-winning instructors so you and your kids can explore your creative side. Come and see what you've been missing. Discover Art Space Lima today.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker, and Howard Elstro is in the studio today. He is Lima's Public Works Director. And if we've been traveling downtown, we've noticed a lot of changes. Elm Street, Spring Street, they've been all torn up, but they're finally getting paved again.
Well, we're seeing changes, and we're going to see more changes.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty big construction year this year. We certainly have Elm Street from Metcalf on into Central underway, and at this time we also have Spring Street almost completed with that same expanse. Well, actually it's larger. It's from Central all the way out to Jameson. We undertook a series of 5 different projects to try to improve the circulation through Lima. And not only didn't want to get traffic just from point A to point B through the city, but also wanted to improve the quality of life in those neighborhoods that these streets are affected. The next set of construction couplets that we're talking about is West and Elizabeth from Elm Street on up to North Street. When we do these projects, they're funded by a set of federal funds that go under the name of congestion mitigation funds. And what that means is the federal government has set aside money to try to improve the air quality by moving traffic efficiently, quit expending a lot of gas just sitting idle at traffic signals, try to make traffic move better, but also it compels us to address the mode of transportation not only for people who drive cars, but other modes of transportation such as mass transit, pedestrian travel, bicycle travel, and even those people who have challenges with wheelchairs or other methods of transportation. So what people are going to see as we finish up these projects are paying attention to details that 30, 40, 50 years ago our city wasn't able to, or for whatever reason didn't really attend to. In the case of Elm Street, which is currently under construction from Cable to Woodlawn, there's never been any sidewalks in that area. When it's done, that street will have all new bays, new storm sewers, curb, gutter, road service, and sidewalks. And I got to tell you, we've gotten some good feedback from people living along that route, as well as kids who use that to go to various schools, telling us it'll be a great relief to try to finally have sidewalks and not have to either walk in the mud and the grass or try to challenge cars. In particular, on Spring Street, what we are currently anticipating is something called a sharrow. And a sharrow is an emblem that motorists will see embedded into the road surface. And also there will be signage along the side, and it'll be the bicycle with a few chevrons above it.
The little like that, right?
Right, right. And when people see that, the message is, this is a roadway that I can anticipate seeing bicycles on. And me as a car driver will have to anticipate that bicycles will be sharing my lane, and vice versa. Cyclists will have to anticipate the cars are sharing their lanes. There's different stratification of uses of streets when it comes to bikes. There are the sharrows where we just share a lane, and we'll try to, as I just said, notify the public that this is happening. There will also be some streets throughout our city which have dedicated bike lanes, and in a dedicated bike lane you'll have your pass of your lanes marked for vehicular traffic, and then along it you will see a white line or two white lines with the bicycle emblem, and that is for cyclists only. So on those streets the bicycles will stay in their lanes and the cars will stay in their lanes.
What streets are those going to be?
Those will first appear on Elizabeth and West Street, those sections from Elm to North, and we may be able to install them on the Elm Street portion from Woodlawn to Cable. What we've also seen in the last couple of years are bike paths, and bike paths is a totally separate asphalt strip from the street, which allows the greatest protection and separation of cyclists and vehicles. You know, this has really been a long time coming. We've had a lot of people ask us, why is Lima not bike friendly?
Or walker friendly for that matter.
Or walker friendly. And we do in the city have a great stratification of our population that do depend on walking and cycling as their primary means of transportation. But beyond that, I think we're really seeing a health renaissance in this nation, and it's beginning to filter down to Lima. With the health summit that was held at the Conventions and Visitors Center just this spring, I think there's been more and more awareness about the health problems, not only in our community, but in every community in Ohio and pretty much the nation, with the issue of obesity and all the problems that that brings. I think we've also seen a renaissance type of mentality in our young people, certainly in the larger cities, where our young people seem to be flocking to after they graduate high school and college. Part of the draw there is that they're living in communities where they're not totally car dependent. They're in urban neighborhoods where they can walk to work, where they can walk to entertainment centers, where they can walk to restaurants or bike. And that's part of the draw, I'm finding out. With my own children and their friends, they tell me, well, Dad, you know, I want to live in these communities where I don't have to drive every time I want to do something. I think we're finally becoming around to that level in Lima and recognizing that this is going to be an interest of quality of life, of health, and of economics. The more we can bike and the more we can walk to work and commerce, the healthier we're going to be. And with you know, $3.50 of gasoline or $4 gasoline, people are making real decisions on what kind of transportation they choose to utilize.
When are we going to see the first sharrows? Is that Elm and Spring?
The Elm Street will not have sharrows. Elm Street, as we reconstruct it, will become two-way, but that is also a state route. So what we are looking at is the companion street, Spring Street, designing that for sharrows. And the discussion is underway at this time with the Traffic Commission. The residents along that street have been advised of it, and we're having conversations with council as well. And that decision will be made very, very soon here, and probably in September, end of September, we will actually see the street pavement painted with sharrows.
Great. You actually have the lit signs up on Spring Street now warning us that the change is about to occur to two-way traffic.
It's tentatively slated for September 3rd. We think we'll be able to make that switch at that time. Of course, it all depends on the contractor's schedule. He's doing very, very well. And depending on any kind of weather delays, or actually in this case, it's also materials that could delay this. We have to have the appropriate signage in place telling people that it's going to be two-way traffic rather than one-way traffic. You know, people, we all become habits of creature.
The car just goes where it goes.
The car goes where it goes. I mean, I think many people can tell you, well, I got home, but I really can't tell you what I saw along the way. In psychology, I think that was called cognitive mapping, but we need to break that habit, or that cognitive map that we operate by. So that's why you see these large signs warning people. On September 3rd, you're going to have to come to this intersection and rethink it. You're going to have to look for traffic both ways as you cross Spring Street and Elm Street. And you're seeing many, many communities do this. A reversal of one-way couplet streets are becoming two-way, and that is because the one-way streets over the decade have become racetracks just through a neighborhood, and that fast traffic, that unforgiving flow just really ruins the nature and the quality of life for those neighborhoods, and people then divest of their interest in those neighborhoods and those houses, and the whole neighborhood goes down. So in this case, we're not cutting edge, we're following the trend, but I think it's going to be a good thing for the community.
On a related note, when you get to Elizabeth Street, what's going to happen to the QP drive-through?
Well, good question.
This is the important stuff.
It is important, and Mr. Shutt had already asked us that. And there are actually drawings that our engineer, LJB engineers out of Dayton and Lima, have thrown out various scenarios. In that particular block, what we will have is 2 lanes of traffic. One lane you will be able to turn into the QP drive-through, and the other lane will go through. And then there will be a 3rd lane on the far east side, which will be a bicycle lane. And that bicycle lane will continue for the duration of this improved area. The other significant difference that we will see will be, instead of parallel parking, what they call reversed angle parking. And that means what you would do is you would drive up and you would see your parking place, and then you would back in at an angle.
You think that's going to work?
We know it's going to work.
I'm curious to see it work.
Again, it's a new trend. It's actually mandated by Ohio Department of Transportation on state routes. And the reason it is mandated is because it's very easy to pull in at an angle, but then when you back up, there's no way you can see past the car next to you as to what's coming. And if you back in, you will pull up, look back, you'll see that it's empty, you'll check for pedestrians, you'll back in. Then when you leave, you'll be able to look out your other window, and you'll have a much better view of what's coming down the road. So it has been proven to be much, much safer than either pull in or even parallel.
Well, a lot of changes coming, and you're forcing us to think.
I know. When we get and turn the key, we're going to have to think.
And pay attention.
But I don't know that that's a bad thing.
Not necessarily.
Right.
It's just going to be a bit of a shock at first.
It is.
So we'll have to pay attention September 3rd, and it sounds like over the next, what, year or so?
Next couple of years, and we really, on this congestion mitigation project, there's actually 5 phases, and what I've talked about are 2 of the phases, so there's 3 more phases to come. So I'll be back in another month, right?
Great. Well, I can't wait, and I'm sure you're looking forward to it as well.
Oh, we are.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Howard Elstro from the City of Lima. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can get some help with your college right after this on GTV2.
Do you know what to do when you hear the community warning sirens? The sirens are activated anytime the public is in life-threatening danger. This can be from weather emergencies, chemical releases, or other situations. When you hear the sirens, go inside and turn on your radio or television for more information. Follow the instructions carefully and stay inside until the danger has passed. Remember, the sirens mean to go inside and listen to your radio or television for more information. Take the necessary steps to keep you and your family safe.
Storm drains lead to the river. Our river is closer than you think. What are you doing to protect it?
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker, and I'm pleased to welcome Angie Meyer to the studio today with College Access. With the kids heading back to school in a couple of weeks, you are gearing up as well because it's not too early for the kids to be thinking about college.
Correct. We actually have our advisors who will be in the schools again this year. We have 2 advisors that will be at Lima Senior High School, and then we have an advisor that will be at Apollo Career Center. And those individuals help students, parents with the whole process, looking at careers, looking at majors in college, applying for college, visiting campuses, and then the whole financial aid aspect. So we encourage individuals to stop in and see those advisors. They'll also be in the classroom, you know, introducing themselves. What should they be doing? Students be doing, you know, at all age levels, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we encourage them to see their advisors, specifically at Lima Senior and Apollo. And the students at Lima Senior will have the opportunity to take campus visits and get some fee waivers as well. So we're grateful for grants to be able to continue to support that.
Well, you know, if you're a senior, it's really crunch time because you should be choosing your college, your major, and everything now.
Definitely.
I mean, what is the process? What should the kids and parents be doing, and how do you assist with that?
Students that are seniors should definitely have taken the ACT already. If they haven't, we have our resource center that is open during the school year, Tuesday evenings at the YMCA Annex, and we have ACT prep sessions every week. So we have a different section of the test that's offered that students can come in and get help with that if they haven't taken it yet, or if they don't have the score they want. A lot of students need a certain score to be admitted into a college and to get some scholarships and financial aid. So we can help them learn some strategies, work with a professor, teacher to go over the test and just practice. We are grateful. Last year we had a grant that allowed us to have 2 rooms for the ACT prep. We have a computer lab that the individuals can come in and just take the time working on the test, meet with me, meet with the ACT prep instructors that are there, and that schedule will be on our website, so individuals can go to ohiocan.org/Allen and see which sections are offered each week. And then parents and students of all ages can come in and work with me on the different resources that are available, what they should be doing at all age levels. We can go on, we can look at different career programs to see what their interests are and help them match that, what school subjects they should be taking. We can also help them with the seniors, that maybe need some help with applying to college, which ones to look at, help them write their essays. And then also, we offer the financial aid stuff once school gets started, closer to January, December, January with that.
Okay, so you're in the schools, and every Tuesday at the YMCA Annex, what time can they stop in?
6 to 7:30. The ACT prep sessions will run from 6 to 7. The first one will start August 21st. We'll run those a little longer, the 21st and 28th, because the first ACT test is in September. So we'll run those first 2 to 3 sessions a little longer, but typically it would be every Tuesday 6 to 7 for the ACT prep, and then the computer assisted lab is open from 6 to 7:30.
Do they need an appointment, or can they just stop in?
Just can stop in
Well,
and meet
handy.
with us, and we want individuals to know that it's not too, we don't want them to wait until their senior year. We really encourage them to come visit us, at any age level. This past summer, We did a hands-on career fair. We actually work with a lot of the youth programs in the area, and we go in and do sessions on careers, post-secondary options, not just college. You know, we want to encourage the kids that, you know, the skilled trades, military, career centers,
so many options.
Not just the four-year degree, but we help them figure out those different options. And then we did a career fair for them, a hands-on, and we had representatives, businesses come in and work with the kids on different engineering, floral. We had someone that come in and did the funeral home came in, so it was a great day for the students. And then we also awarded our scholarships this summer, which is available to any Allen County student who is Pell eligible, and they would apply in the spring, and those applications are due in June, and that information is all on our website. And we awarded 21 scholarships this last year.
That's really impressive. Are these for academics, or you have the last dollar scholarships?
Yep, it's the last dollar scholarship, so it's based on financial need.
Okay, and what does that cover then?
It's basically if a student is Pell eligible, it'll help them with those extra costs, which are usually books, take away some of the loans, because nowadays most students are definitely going to have the loan aspect as well. So,
yeah, they are. And
if they go locally, it's renewable. So typically our scholarship is a $500 scholarship, but if they go to one of the 5 local colleges, it's renewable for all the years that they're in college. So.
Great. I know you're in the high schools, but should parents of younger children be thinking about college, and can you help them as well?
Definitely. Just help them with those options, what they can be doing, what to look for, you know, school subjects, grades, attendance, all those aspects that will help them not just with college but careers as well, and what to expect. We will be at a couple open houses for the middle schools, and I also try to get into the middle schools and talk to the students as well.
Okay, so parents, it's not too early to think about college
No,
at
it's
any
not too
level.
early. Right.
Angie,
And we can also help adults too. So if they're looking to come back too, we can do some stuff with them
there's
as well.
a lot of that going on as well.
Yes.
So anybody who wants to go to college or advance their education in any way, you're there to help, and it's free of charge.
It's free. Everything we do is free.
Well, you can't beat that. There is no excuse not to go out and get some help.
Right. And they can find us at the Chamber of Commerce building, the Center for Business Services. They can also look online at our website at www.ohiocan.org/Allen, or call the office at 222-9378.
Great. Appreciate you coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Angie Meyer from College Access. I'm Ann Decker, and this is Community Focus on